An important part of successful marketing is visual branding. Visual branding includes all of the ways your brand appears in public visually, from your website to your business cards and social media. But two very important and fundamental parts of visual branding include your business's typography and color palette. Let's start with your typography, or the font and style of the text that you use on all of your branded items. The type of fonts you use will give the reader an initial idea of the personality of your business. You'll want the fonts you choose to match the personality of your business, whether that be creative, elegant, strong, and straightforward, or classic and timeless in nature. I generally recommend choosing a maximum of 3 fonts, one for your logo, one for your headings, and one for your body. Strive to use only the 3 selected fonts on all branded items. This will keep your branding consistent. It's also important to ensure that the fonts you choose are legible, especially your heading and body fonts, from both close up and far away. And it's important that they can be found or imported into programs like Adobe and Microsoft Office. Equally important to note is that certain fonts aren't easily viewed across all platforms online. Check out Google Fonts for a list of free fonts that will be viewer-friendly online. For help deciding which type of fonts might be best for your business, check out this awesome infographic. You can pick out your font on Google Fonts, Adobe Fonts, DaFont, or 1001 Fonts. There are a ton of websites that can help you out with this, but these are my favorites. The color palette you choose is important for the same reasons that typography is important. Deciding upon and sticking with certain colors will ensure consistent branding and a consistent initial message, which will convey a certain vibe to your audience. When deciding on a color palette, I often advise businesses to take a look at who they're marketing to and what visual mood would best enhance their business's appeal to that audience. If you're a cleaning company, for example, you'll probably want to stick with brights and whites, which is what we tend to think of as being clean. If your business is a spa, you'll probably want to use calming, subdued tones. If you own an upscale restaurant, you might want to choose a darker, richer palette. Once you know the general vibe you're aiming for, the next step is to pick out up to 6 complementary colors and use them interchangeably. Make sure to include background tones, neutrals, and accent colors. You'll likely want to use anywhere from 1 to 3 colors consistently, but have the option of subbing or including more if necessary. Make sure the typical background color you use isn't overpowering and lets your text shine through. And make sure that the colors work together in a way that sticks to the vibe that you're aiming for. Like I mentioned earlier, a cleaning company will probably want to use white as the base or the background color, and accent with 1 or 2 bright colors. Be sure to create a visual branding guide, not only for your business's use, but also to have available to send to printers, graphic designers, etc. The guide should include formats for print and digital use using CMYK, RGB, and hex tones, along with Pantone names and numbers for color matching.